it's crazy because you gonna text me and say, you watched it a day later, you know what I'm saying? And then you said it's a dud of an episode. And I'm like, oh, so you kind of had that in my head. I'm like, a dud, like whatever. And I'm watching it and I'm like, bruh, hold up, Levi, like, you my boy, right? I know you're more seasoned than this. You're not a hype beast fan, right? You're like you don't need dragon battles and fights every episode for it to be entertaining, do you?
No, and that's what I think it was, and that's what I think what got stuck in my head, and it's my own fault, and I apologize for putting that on you. But much like this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a cold open here. We're back. It's Recap and Record, episode 3, season 3 of House of the Dragon. My name's Levi, that's Los. Click all the links in the description down below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, follow us. Yes, what I realized after sending you that text and re-downloading the information that happened this episode, I realized that much like last week in episode 2, coming off of the Battle of the Gullet, making it this kind of intense of an episode where we're not sure what's going to happen next. It seemed like the last 20 minutes was like the whole episode and we were all just glued in. It's that Game of Thrones-ness of that then we got in this episode as well. And instead of that high-strung battle or that kind of suspenseful anticipation of an episode, this week was more of that anxiety in the mind, in the mental, physical, emotional aspects of the character. And that's what this episode was. And when I see it in that light, it's perfect. It's done beautifully, and it's exactly where we need to be. And just with a couple other factors that we'll get to here in this episode, I've recanted my initial review. I've bumped up the score a little bit, but it's I think it is in fact another solid episode in the series. And you're right. You're absolutely right. We don't need dragons every week. We don't need a huge thing to happen. But just trying to figure out how we'd structure these episodes every week, just kind of depending on our feelings going into it, whether it's scene based or character based. We really only had one character this episode.
Yeah, that was rare. That's a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really have like the single character like hyper focus. We had that with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and that's what made that one a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the Rhaenyra show, and the episode is called Rhaenyra Triumphant.
Yes.
So,
and it's almost ironic because not much of that happened. There wasn't too much.
Yes. It was a little triumph, with the small folk, but outside of that, so it was interesting. So how do you want to tackle this, man? Do you want to go just every segment of requests? Because that's what she was getting bombarded with. And like, it's crazy because when we talk about Rhaenyra and we talk about the way that this show is kind of gendering everything, right? Like it definitely got super emotional and psychological with her character, but like still we're seeing that she might not be ready for this. Because when we think about this, man, and you could think about this really in the whole universe of like the Game of Thrones, is like, bro, like sometimes I said it before, man, these women be having these half-cocked plans, bro, and like they don't know the consequences of what's gonna happen, right? Because Alicent had a half-cocked plan, like to start. Like to get this ball rolling. With her, saying like, "Oh no, he said Aegon," and she started the Civil War, and then now we got a half-cocked plan to like right that wrong, whatever. But like, still not ready for what's to come. That's what this episode was about.
Kind of doing what we kind of mentioned last week too, is just giving us more and more reason to believe that maybe she's not fit to rule. Like strike 1, strike 2, and now we're headed towards strike 3 maybe. So yeah, curious to see how long we can keep this up. So I think I want to specifically talk about the cold open with Daemon And then I
Oh
think for
man.
Rhaenyra, there's like maybe 5, maybe 6 like key moments, key problems that we can just I
Okay.
think then dive into for the
All
episode.
right. Sounds good, man.
So first cold open of the season, we do
Oh
not
man.
get the title card. Speaking of which, do you watch the intro or do you skip it? Is that do you
I
not
watch
pay
it
attention
sometimes,
to it?
but I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
that House of the Dragon had its own song, and then now they've gone back to the original Game of Thrones,
That
and
I
I'm
believe
like, "Damn, when did that happen?" Like, cause
that
I
yeah.
felt like or is it like Mandela effect? Like, are they gonna
No,
tell me
that
that
I
like
believe they did. They did some I did hear someone mention that they went back to a Game of Thrones-esque theme. It's tweaked a little bit now for this season, but that was a change. And something that I don't really necessarily pay attention to, but I just know exists, and you can
with
see it if it's
the
there.
map and everything?
Right. The map always threads needle of what was depicted or like what in last week's
Yes, it
episode and
does.
what's happening.
Yep.
Right. So just another very interesting. I mean, in a world, I don't think does any other show take time to edit a whole new intro? Because that shit has to
Yes.
take like hours and like
Well, not
time to do.
necessarily, like, yeah, that but remember when Ozark, whatever, like, it would show the symbols, you know what I mean? Like, before every episode, like,
Right.
and it would be like and that would be like a foreshadowing of
Right.
what's to come, whatever,
Right.
and you had to, like, try to decode the puzzle, like and so
Yeah.
people will go back and see, "Oh, snap," like, I mean, so, yeah, it's been done, maybe not that intricate, but, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like shows have
Yeah.
done
Hey, it was just a small
episode-specific intros, you know what I mean?
yeah, just a small thing yeah, I thought it's interesting. So,
That's good.
first cold open of the season, I mean, the opening shot, just our boy D standing there like a badass, like 3 dragon seeds behind him.
Got his young boys behind
Like,
him.
you say he was waiting for Ormond to not bend the knee, say the wrong thing, like, anything in this moment would have just twicked Daemon, and he would have taken a step
Yep.
aside, and it would have been 3 Jacarses, if not 4. I don't I saw 3 dragons, I'm not sure if all 3 seeds were there plus his dragon. But yeah, it would just could have been over instantly for that whole army there, right? Like, there was no
Yes.
chance Daemon or any of the dragon seeds were gonna perish in that what would have been that of a mini little battle. So, it's just a very interesting game. Did you catch on to this? Did you think Ormond was just going home? Like, what was your thought process in this whole back and forth between him and Damon?
Well, I knew it was definitely a major flex. Damon was just
Yeah.
on him, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he was saying like, "Yeah, I know you're not happy about what's about to happen, but like let's get this over with because yeah, we could do you in. So I'm actually I'm spare you. So do what you got to do, man. And but I knew that it wasn't gonna be so easy, and I feel like that's the one thing when you watch the episode late, you hear people talking, and they're giving you like clues about certain things happening. So like I knew that the surrender wasn't legit, though. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't legit.
Right.
And, yeah, man,
And
yeah,
and we
Orman,
kind
I'm
of
excited. I'm excited for Orman, though. I'm excited for this new, character, this new
kind of our,
adversary.
a villain, I guess, hopefully
Yep.
for another episode. Yeah. So if they didn't specifically mention it, and then I think I might have questioned it in our episode. We saw the real Daemon Targaryen, or sorry, was
Darren.
Darren,
Darren.
the real
Yes.
Darren, a few episodes ago with the brown hair.
Yeah, okay,
Uh,
see, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I
yeah,
know that's not him. I
yeah,
don't think that's him, yo.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
but people had said that, and I was like, "Well, is that revealed in this episode or that's an older episode?"
yeah, so no, yeah, this was just kind of this episode switcheroo, kind of just for Ormond to just kind of get a lead and take over Tumbleton,
Yep.
which we find out later in the episode is exactly where he's at, and that is preparing us for the next big battle, probably maybe season finale or penultimate, I would assume at this point, the
Yeah.
Battle of Tumbleton. So get ready for that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, the little switcheroo. Damon's hilarious in this scene.
Yeah, he
Ormond
was.
bends the knee, and as he's walking away, he starts laughing. Almost forgot we need the boy, and then boom, that's it. Cut to credits. Nice to meet you, nephew, and just a great piece of cinema.
It was, it was,
Okay.
it was good. Yeah, I like the humor. I like just the way Damon kind of carries himself, whatever. Like yeah, he steals most scenes, man. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
definitely one of the best characters in this universe.
Yeah, there was a behind the scenes clip I saw on Twitter of the Dragon Seeds and them talking and hugging and messing around with Damon on set, and they were like, if of course you'd be giddy if Matt Smith was in the same room as you. Like they clearly, as an actor and as a show lead, look up to him not only on the show but behind the scenes. So that's just kind of that all around aura that he has. But so okay, our main character this episode, man, Queen Rhaenyra. It's essentially day one, pretty much, of her ruling.
Day
If not the first
one,
couple days,
yes.
yeah. And so the first problem that really needs to be addressed is the fact that they ain't got no money.
No
The boys
money.
shipped all the gold out with the Lannisters. I'm pretty sure because that was just a strategic move in season 2 that they made
Mhm.
in a assumption that this exact moment would happen. And so they got no money. There's no treasury. There's nothing left to buy anything. And this is basically the first of like 8 different panic attacks that Rhaenyra
Yes.
has in this season or this episode. And editing, the score, the background, all of that every time it happens, it's just is so well done. Just
Yeah.
really a metaphor for just the weight of the crown, and it's what we've learned from Game of Thrones all the way up to this point that that's what it is. Like every day, the crown's on your head, so you've got to make these impossible decisions and figure out what chess pieces to move and how and when and where. And she's doing that in the moment because. Listen, all my girl wants is a party. She wants a party. She wants people. She wants to
'Cause
dress
that's
up.
what her dad did. That's what her
Coordination,
dad
right,
did.
right, and she's trying to rule just like her father.
It's not about vanity, she said,
Right,
and they're just like, "Well, we got some major issues, right? Yeah, there is no money, the people are hungry, we got the triarchy is on land, and we
right.
gotta deal with that, whatever. Yeah, so, like, what we gonna do?" And even bigger, right? She doesn't even have a council, whatever, and she said and they're like, "Yo, are you gonna bring the people from
Where are them
Dragonstone?"
2 other boys? Somehow White Worm and Whispers got there mysteriously, magically. She showed up at King's Landing, but the other 2 dudes must have missed the boat.
Yeah, and she said, "No, they're dead to me,
Right, I'm
basically."
dead. Yeah,
Like, you
they're
know what I mean?
fine,
And I'm
right.
like, "Yeah, but like,
And this is like kind
half
of
cock plan,
mistake
man.
number
Like
1,
you
half cock
half
plan. Yeah, you can't move into the White House without a vice president, a secretary, a treasurer, a person, and much like in relation to what we're doing in today's world in this
you don't have a
country,
queen's guard, you know what I mean?
you can't just hire anybody. Like you
Yeah,
can't just
yeah,
like
no.
so it's like at this point she's got to like have Damon vet people to make sure they're telling the truth and pledge their
Yep,
allegiance to Rhaenyra, and like I'm sure that's going to come with some holes in it because like how are you supposed to know? Like it's
yep.
hearsay based on of course they're going to tell you have a sword to their neck. Of course they're going to say they loved you always and didn't
Yeah,
really
like you
agree.
came out of nowhere and just took the throne. Like,
Right.
where are these other guys at? Like, that's
Right.
what everybody's wondering too. They're
Right.
like, "Oh, what
Well, and
happened? What
that's
do you
what
mean?"
right, and that's what everyone keeps asking her. They're like, "Well, or do you have the body? Do you have the remains?" Like, I thought she was gonna just to get him out of the way, I thought she was gonna cut the head off the priest. I thought that was gonna be her second
Nah,
beheading when
you can't do that. You can't do
right.
that.
That's a Cersei moment because that's how I
Yeah,
felt right there. I was like,
yep.
Is she gonna make enemy of the faith?" Yeah.
Yeah, no, not this quick. You can't do that this quick because the faith is what all the other houses believe in, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like that, and that's what he was saying. Like too, like when you get up to that point, he's like, "Yo, like this is what unifies your people together." You know what I mean? Like, yes,
Mm.
they give fealty to you because you got these dragons,
Yep.
but like this is what these people believe in, and I ain't no fighter, but like you kill me, bro. Like it's it's all, they on your ass. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. So the second and third problem that Rhaenyra has was kind of another recurring theme of this episode are problems that she made in efforts to get to where she is. So she's got a rat problem. Aegon hung all the rat catchers. Why did he do that? Because a rat catcher beheaded his little baby child. Why did that happen? Because Aemon killed the first boy.
Yep.
So then Daemon conducted the plan. So
Yep.
essentially, I mean, yes, a domino effect of events, but like that's why. And so now we've got this problem. Oh, and guess what else? There's no trade, there's no food, there's no nothing because she set up blockades to starve King's Landing while the boys were in power.
Yep.
So now what you gonna do? And it's she kind of comes up with a few clever ways. One of them being this what do they call it? Not confessionals, but request, or she called it something. I've been listening to
Requisitions.
yeah, I've been listening to those all day, and it's like, well, okay, I need more sheep, I need more food, we need more money, we need more supplies. And the one lady comes straight up and she's like, look, I'm not here to ask for anything. I'm just letting you know what happened when all the food got shut down. All the nobles and all the
Yep.
lords used all their money to buy up the supplies and they're hoarding it because they think it's the apocalypse. And so, you know, how do you
Yep.
solve that problem? And did you I thought leading up to this, the banquet was for the poor folks. I thought it was a table full
No,
of
no, because
poor.
she said that she wanted to get like the nobles together, whatever, and
Okay.
and she says that she basically wants it to be kind of like, oh, like conciliatory,
Right.
like nice, but that was the plan. I guess she was like, I got to deal with this somehow. You know what I mean?
I thought when there was one scene before that when she like clocked a rat and then I think maybe the one on the king's chair or something, the way
Yeah.
she looked at it, I was like, she's gonna cook these rats. I kind of had that
I didn't
feeling.
know that.
And
Nah.
I was like, but is she gonna like serve them to the poor? Is that how she's gonna try to win, giving the less fortunate just a bunch of cooked rats?
Yeah.
But
No.
I mean, the first switcheroo of the episode is her serving all the lords and nobles these cooked rats. She got rid of the rat problem. No more rats in the
Yep.
castle. Physically, metaphorically, of course, throughout.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and she's got all the gold cloaks in these people's houses, just yanking the shit. Just like,
Yep.
yo, you stole a bunch of
Yep, and
potatoes.
from now on, it's a tax, basically. Like, she just implemented taxes, you know
Damn.
what I mean? Like, yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Hey, and dare I say another thing in this episode. So
Income tax.
first
Income tax.
income tax of the Seven Kingdoms in history, presumably.
Yep,
And we've got another first at the end of the episode, but we'll get to it then. So I think, it's like Damon said in that moment, kind of Damon essentially said it's a half cooked plan. He's like, this is only going to last for so long. What happens when these rations are gone? You can't go back into their houses and get more. So this is, but in the moment, it seems to work. And she
yep, it
gives
does, yeah.
all the food to the poor folk. They're cheering her on. They're clapping for
Yeah,
her.
but that was a horrible system. Yeah, I mean, like they like you don't got like a assembly line of people that get it's random people getting random greens, people getting how you know how you know I like apples? Yeah, I mean, like I might want some of whatever is else in that basket. Like yeah, it was like I was like all right, I get it, but I was like. And it's funny because then after episode, he's like, "Yeah, millions of people." I was like, "That was not millions of people,"
They
but I
said
get
she
it. I
fed
get it.
millions of people with that? Oh, wow.
And after the episode, like the guy, the
Yeah.
one of the guys
Yeah.
that makes it, he's like, "Yeah, she has millions of people just waiting for her, and she's serving." And I was like, I get that was hyperbole, but like I was like,
Sure.
it definitely was not million. It was
Sh
maybe hundred, tens of.
I think there were more people watching on the banisters than actually, like, in the receiving line.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, okay, so one good deed, Rhaenyra, like you said, could have been better, could have had more people help. Where's all the gold cloaks? Like, they could be helping you, but, he's
yeah,
already pissed because he's watching her. Did you hear that?
yeah.
He's like, "I'm not your Kingsguard. I'm supposed to be back here. Like, when can I go?"
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the assembly line, that's funny, but hey, half-baked plan. Again, this is the best she could come up with, and
Mhm.
it's um, just an interesting moment. And I was also telling Megs about this, just because women, appreciate this kind of shit, but, like, her getting her period
Period.
right
Oh
before.
my god. I said, "What?" I said, "Yo, they're really playing into this." But, like, yeah, like, just this whole idea that, like, the psychology of it, you feel like, is she having, like, some type of, like, PTSD because it's the ring, they keep the recurring ringing, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, it's almost like she's having a traumatic moment," and Mo was like, "What, that's called tinnitus, whatever," and I'm like, "Well, what causes
There's a
tinnitus,
word
whatever?" Like,
for it.
yeah, like,
Okay,
so
look at us.
the tinnitus was a recurring thing because anything that was, like, too stressful that she couldn't really, wrap her head around, you know what I mean? That ringing got louder and louder, I mean, every time, yep.
Only podcast on the planet that has that fact. I want this clipped. I want it
Oh, yeah.
posted. There is not a single other review podcast on this
Yeah, her
planet that has
yeah,
that fact in it. Shout out to okay.
yeah, tinnitus,
Wow.
bro, yeah, so but I'm like, the what I guess, like, I would think it's because, like a soldier, you hearing shots all the time, whatever, but
PTSS, yeah, I think it could also be described as that, right, yeah, that's kind
yeah.
of right,
But
okay,
I think it happens to people too, like, that don't
right,
necessarily are
right,
in those
right,
settings, like,
right.
they just get this, like,
It's your own trauma that
yeah.
triggers yeah, okay, wow, cool, okay. So, yeah, just thought that was interesting, like, Roman Empire, feminine hygiene, like, "Oh, I'll go get you some
I
cloths,"
know,
like,
I
it's
said,
just
"Wow," like, yeah,
yeah,
and I was like, it was like Murphy's Law, like, anything that could possibly go wrong went
uh-huh,
wrong for her
uh-huh,
in this
uh-huh,
episode, and it was
uh-huh,
like, and like I said, it was good that she had that one victory with the rats,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
and the small folk, but yeah, it was
So
interesting.
a fourth problem coming into the castle is now everyone needs to turn in their free favor coupons, right? We've got dragon seeds who just flew and sacrificed their lives even though they didn't do what they were told. We've got Corlys, we've got everyone, let alone the common folk
Yeah,
who now require what it is that she promised them for this exact victory. So, I thought the most hilarious moment in the episode was Alf trying to style himself as a Targaryen, which is
oh,
technically
man.
he is, but it's like, yeah, like Rhaenyra and Daemon just looking at each other like, "No, dude, absolutely not. We
Yeah,
will not
no.
give you that name." And everyone else, so Off-White, Adam and Paul, and Hammer, um,
Do the hammer,
you the
yeah.
Hammer, yeah. So they're knighted. Dare I say, just makes me appreciate a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms more. Much better knighting scene in that show than this kind of like Damon just bored with it because he doesn't actually want to do it
Yep.
situation. I know it's a completely different emotional situation, but like I don't know. That was just kind of a dry humor situation there for me.
Yeah, but
Um,
that was the extension though of something even deeper though, because I mean I know you went by Corlys, whatever, but that was a big part of it, man.
I'm getting him to net. We're getting to his whole debacle next. Yeah. And
Yeah,
go
because
ahead.
it's just crazy because I feel Corlys, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, just in this, even before his spaz out, you know what I mean, and we'll get into that, like those quotes, like, directly, but like initially, though, when he's having that conversation with her,
Right. We're at the
you can
dinner.
s
Yeah.
you can tell, like, she was not feeling this, I don't know if it was more so because of everything else, whatever, or, like, did she feel some type of way because he is trying to legitimize, these bastards from her aunt, you know what I mean? Like, and is she or whatever, that's her cousin,
Renice.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is
Yeah.
she feeling some type of way? Or is
Right.
she feeling because her son is a Valerian,
Right.
right? That she's like, yeah, maybe I just, but I'm just thinking like you have no right.
Yep.
You have no, like, initially I was already on this type of time.
Yep.
I was like, who is she to deny Corliss when this man legitimized her kids? Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
initially what I thought, and I
That's
and I
great.
said
It's
I said
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, your son is a Valerian, like, you should want that to continue on.
Especially with now, like we talked about last episode, and I think even just kind of the history of the family, like the Valerians, it's kind of like Corlys and that, like that, they kind of fade off. Are they not really mentioned in the main Game of Thrones series? Like
No,
it's
that
kind of
that that the house had died off.
right.
It dies off,
Right.
yeah.
So, like, thinking about that, like, especially now with Rhaenyra, she told her Kingsguard guy, "Yo, go to the Vale. I need Jace. He's next in line. So we gotta." She's just
Joffrey.
Joffrey just plucking children off of the apple tree
Yep,
when Corlys can't even do that. Like now he has to rely on Alan and Adam to procreate or do whatever to keep his family line going. So the only thing he has left, no more castle, no more treasure, no more ships. He's got these two dudes. And he knows he straight out told Rhaenyra the truth. Listen, I cheated on Rhaenys. She
yep,
forgave me before she died.
yep,
She knew about these boys. We all knew about it. They it was as my bad. Basically says my
yep,
bad, and I
yep.
just he saved me. He's now a dragon rider. Like these two are clearly
My
noble,
wife knew about it, and,
right?
like, she forgave me for my shit, you know what I mean?
And so
So,
the only thing I have left, listen, I just need you to like, I don't know, sign a paper, maybe just say it out loud. It sounded
yeah, he
like it's
said
all he
yeah,
needed. He just needed her to say it out loud.
and she didn't say no, but she definitely didn't say yes, and that was the most awkward dinner, and it was crazy, and then, yeah, the knighting. It was like that was like might have been the first piece where it was just
Yeah,
like she was not ready to say it, and I get maybe it was supposed to be ceremonial to an extent, like, you
right,
can't just, like, tell like, maybe you can't just call him, Adam Valerian, but, like,
right.
yeah, she was supposed to have that figured out with Corlys at that dinner before she was knighting this guy because
Yeah, yeah,
knighting him as Adam of Hall is that was you could tell that hit him, man, and he was just like but he's like, "What can I do?" Like, and I just swore allegiance, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I get killed if I don't follow this now.
It's a very, very interesting, and then just especially leading up to that scene in the tunnel, or the hallway with Corlys and Rhaenyra, like I was waiting for Daemon to come behind him and get another like just like his was that his brother? Like you say that shit to Rhaenyra, especially now that she's queen and there's witnesses behind them. She's got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Like so what why like there's got to be is there not repercussions for that? Now? There was before but not now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's gonna play out. I don't know how Corliss's story ends or what
Well, he
side.
lives for a long time, man. Like,
Okay.
he's in there for like, he's just in the stories for a long time, but no, like, when he has that like, where was Damon when because Corlys said that? Because, like, I don't think he was right there.
He no, he wasn't, but I was just like, well, he could be, and he probably should have been. I
No, but Corliss, man, man, he read her for her rights, man. Like, he just
yeah,
he
yeah,
did her in, man,
and he
and,
had
like,
every
he
right.
broke it down. He broke it down,
He's
and,
like,
like I said, I was feeling all those different things, but he was just like, "Yo, like, don't act like you wasn't fucking with the other dude. Like, I know that my son was fruity, bro. Like, I knew that he was on some other type of stuff.
yep,
I knew that I know that this little boy was not my these little boys were not my
right,
um, grandsons, but I made one of them my heir,
right,
and then I gave them both I let them both have my name. Like, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me.
yeah.
And he's like, who are you? Who are you to make that decision? And if anything, I've been the most loyal to you. And for her to just kind of placate and just be like, well, it's
I can't
it's
just
just
go
not the
around
right time.
legitimizing bastards. Like, well, of course yeah, you can actually. Like, no
You can do
one.
whatever. Yeah.
Like, they already hate you. They already hate you.
Yeah.
Everyone's already like, is this legit? They don't know what's happening. There was no
He said your son. Well, Joffrey though, like, that's Damon's. Isn't that one of Damon's kids?
potentially. I
But he said he's like your son John. Maybe they weren't married when she got
right.
pregnant, but But yeah, he's a bastard. Luke is a bastard. Jace is a bastard.
Lived and died a bastard. Like, come on,
Oh
bro.
my god.
The wound's still fresh, so that was some craziness. We'll see how that gets handled. I mean, obviously, Daemon's gonna
Yeah, because
find out about that.
ultimately he wants the legitimization, like it to be legitimized. But like, do you want it now? After you know what I mean, you gave him the cuss out. Like, I mean, do you
True.
still want it? Like,
True.
well, somebody has to do it in charge. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, but are you? I mean, like, you don't want a sour favor with somebody. He's like, yo, my castle is in ashes.
Yeah.
I ain't got no crib.
Literally, all he's got is these 2 boys. He's got these 2 boys. That's all
That's
I have.
it's really such a small gesture. And I don't understand why she's like I know what she says, but like that's not strong
Can't be
enough
it.
to me.
Can't be it. Yeah, but her
That's
boys
not
were. Oh, boom. That's it. Okay. Get it? Because they were strong boys.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Not that funny.
Yeah,
So
it was a little delayed, but
all right. So the other quick thing that I just wanted to mention is Rhaenyra and Daemon. When they're on the tower watching the gold cloaks just kind of getting the food from the nobles' houses. He starts talking to her in High Valyria, and basically gives us the reason that his brother didn't make him the heir in the first place, because he's like,
yes.
basically, look, Aegon the Conqueror had like 2 or 3 dragons. You've got 6 on the skirts of town. We could go take Dorne. We could take the Freelands. We could do whatever we wanted. Why are
Yes.
we here messing with these politics and the coin and the Yumfa? Abandon the city. Forget
Yeah.
it. They'll figure it out. Who cares? Why would you want to be queen of this when we can go be queen of that over there? Which, I mean, yes, partially
Yeah, he wants to take over the whole world,
right.
and she's just like,
Well, he
yeah,
said
but
it. He said we have dragons. We're gods, essentially.
yep,
So, like, let's stop acting like this is all we care about is the potatoes and corn of the small folk, when we could
yeah.
go off with 2 to 4 of our dragons and do whatever we want.
Yeah. Yeah, Viserys's name was in everybody's mouth this episode, man. Everybody was talking about Viserys, man. So RIP,
Yeah.
man. I mean, RIP to Viserys. This was like it was like a dedication episode to him. But yeah, he's like, yeah, man, your boy, yeah, your dad was cool, but he was pussy. You know?
Right. He
He's like, your dad was
forfeited his
cool.
own dragon.
Like your
Oh,
dad was cool, but like that's my brother, and
yep.
it's no beef.
Right.
But your dad was soft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your dad was soft.
Right.
Like, let's keep it 100, and we could
Mm.
let's keep it real and let's take over the world. But no, you can't do that though. You can't just you know you got bigger problems. You do have to live. Yeah, I mean you have to be in control of something. You can't. How you gonna rule all this land and yeah, I mean because it's no way. It's no way to rule everything. You know, so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Do you I think it's an interesting relationship between them. They respect each other, but they have opposing opinions on like 90% of most things that they have to talk about. And
Yeah, and
also
it's just this is what makes it complicated. This is the part about this show, like with all the the interfamily relationships,
right.
whatever. It just makes it like
And like they're not, aren't they?
so
They're
weird.
husband and wife, right? So
Yeah,
like
but
technically
their niece, and their uncle and niece though too.
but technically that makes him king consort or whatever, and like
Yeah, true.
why aren't they sleeping in the same? I don't know. It's just it's a weird relationship that I'm surprised. Like, Damon, he's basically probably not by his hands, but all of his other wives have died, a few by his hands. So it's like if he wants the power so bad, he could take the dragon seeds and Caraxes and go conquer Dorne with 4 dragons tomorrow. Could he not?
Yeah, yeah, I would think so.
So
But Dorne has never been conquered though.
it's interesting that's he still has that line with her. So I guess, and we'll see how that continues. Um, the only other kind of character slash problem that Rhaenyra has interactions with and is dealing with this episode is Miss Alicent.
Oh
So she
man.
has Alicent and Helena locked up.
Oh,
Little weirdo Helena.
I love
I don't
Helena.
want to
I love
stay
her.
in this room. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what gives a shit? I don't like this room. And I want to, and she's like,
I don't want to stay in this room.
you're going to get
I don't
fed. You're going to get clothed.
shut
Like,
your
just shut.
bitch ass up. Like, yeah,
Right.
like
Like, this
I'll let you
is,
see your little kid an hour a
I'll
day.
bring your
Like
boy back an hour a day. You don't need to
because
worry
you
about
don't
it.
really take care of your kid anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, like they don't really I don't know. So they don't really
It's
raise their
very
kids.
interesting that you don't raise your children in
I know.
this world. I mean, I think they said that's why Alicent sent Darren away because she felt guilty about fucking up the first
Yeah,
3
bro.
kids. So it's like,
5, like she ain't seen him since he was 5. Like that was, I would say, what the fuck? What a deadbeat. Like what a deadbeat. Like,
especially, yeah. That was not
oh my god, yeah, that was yeah. But she goes to her first and like trying to say like, sis, like where is the money? And she's like,
right.
well, the only person that might have known is my dad, and you killed my dad.
Yeah,
Like
it was this. Well, and I mean, and
a
this
lot of guilt.
the interactions with them surprised me this episode because I would have assumed that based on their previous conversations and much like Alicent tells her in this moment, like, bitch, I opened the gates, the guards threw down their weapons, Aemon left the city, Aegon left the city, you have the throne. Why am I a prisoner? I did everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, and Rhaenyra's like, "But you must know something about the money." And she's like, "Bitch, they hated me. They hated me just like they
Yeah,
hate you since
I
day
think yeah,
one."
yeah,
It's
like,
a
I have no clout. I have no
right.
clout, like, I did help you, like, and that was the most I could do, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it was a
It's like
it was a half-cooked plan,
I had
like,
to like
again, like, it's like, but I did my part, you know?
she had to like
Uh
awkwardly kiss her own son, convince him that he's scared just to get him to leave. Like, come on, but like let me go. I'm just trying to go back to Hightower. I'm trying to go back home. I'm trying
Let
to
me
leave.
go. Unhand me, woman, like, yeah,
It's
and
so basically, yeah, that first interaction with them was just a
but
little
it was yeah, the interaction though was like, "Alright, I did this for you, so why you but then it's like, "Yeah, but you had to do this for me because of what you did to me."
right,
And it was just this back and forth
right,
guilt trip. Yeah, I
right.
mean, it was
Yeah,
just a big guilt
yeah.
trip between them. But it's crazy because yeah, now, yeah, Allison is powerless. Like she actually has no power. But, yeah, she is a high tower. So like what,
Right.
does she have something up her sleeve? And I don't think she has any more cards to
No,
play. Like
I think Alison's done. I think her last hat trick was this, and now she's just expected to leave. She thought this was it. This is my freedom. This is my lottery ticket, and she's not allowed to cash it in. Because there's still loose threads, loose ends that need to be buttoned up because everyone's trying to convince themselves that Aegon's dead. And even Alicent was like, "Listen, even though he's not dead, he's burned, he's scarred. If he ever comes back,
but even
we'll just say he's an imposter." Okay, what
yeah,
happens when he
even
comes roaming in on a dragon? Is he an imposter then?
well, he doesn't have a dragon anymore.
That's debatable. We're probably going to find out in the next few episodes if Sunfire's actually
I
dead
thought
or
they
not.
said, "Oh, really?
They keep saying
Sunfire's not there?"
Aegon's dead and he's not, so we don't know. Has anyone actually walked up to Sunfire and seen him? I don't know. We'll see.
I thought Sunfire clearly died. Like when he got burnt, whatever, Sunfire died.
I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'll do some research, but I think based on the
Oh,
books, he might not be. Uh,
okay.
but so we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they might have changed it for the show. Who knows? Ryan Connolly or whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever his name
Um,
is.
so yeah, interesting that just Alicent is just doing her best to give any advice or any information or be helpful in these moments. And then
But
the
yeah,
next,
but yeah, that idea that like Rhaenyra is seeking her approval almost, you know what I mean? Like
well, and that's like what the next scene between them is. It's like, in Allison wants to go talk to Rhaenyra, and it almost, and she's basically like, look, just send my dad's body back to back to Old Town, send him back home so he can be buried next to my mom. She says, "Yep, sure, bet." I'm almost positive his body's like burnt down somewhere. Like I don't think that's actually gonna happen.
But I got you. Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, we'll do that for you.
Yeah, you can't leave, but we'll send
You're
it.
right. You won't see anything or no. Um, and in that room too, I thought it was a ballsy move. I knew this was gonna happen, but Rhaenyra asking Alicent, "You were queen once." Oh, excuse me.
Yep. Bless you.
You were queen once. Any advice? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how do I?
She said you got to get down and dirty, like sometimes, and you got to make some hard decisions, and you can't be, leading with your heart. Basically,
Yeah,
like you got to turn that off. And yeah, Rhaenyra is almost offended by that. Like, what do you mean? Like, I shouldn't have to change who I am if I'm the ruler.
yeah,
Because this is what I said I was gonna be.
yep.
And Allison's like giving her a reality check. Like, sis, that's not really how this works. Like,
No, yeah.
that's not how this works at all.
It's the a heavyweight of the crown, and it's fascinating that it's just that's all we try to do with these characters is they just convince all of these people that listen, the way to the crown, the way to the crown, the way to the crown. You want to be king so bad, the way to the crown,
Yep.
and they
And
finally
and
get there, and
and
it's
well, Rhaenyra mentions like, well, my dad didn't have to do this. He didn't change who he was, and she's like, but you're not your dad. Like
right,
he created his own world. You know what I mean? But you're not him yet. You gotta put in your time. You
right,
know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
That was a right. Your dad was in like his fifth what's he called? When the fifth term as king. He was in his fifth
yeah.
term as king, so everyone loves him. He's like a Bill Clinton character, like he can do no wrong. There's peace, no new wars, no dragons, no fighting. And it's like, yeah, he just created this reality of a world that he lived in that he could go hunting on a Saturday because everyone was fed and there
And I
was
can have banquets
right,
every
right.
every
Got plenty of coin.
holiday.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Very different parallels of that. And just one final request from Allison. She wants to see her son. She hasn't seen Darren. She hasn't seen her boy Darren and since he was 5 years, however long it's been. And she just wants to see him. He's here. He's not talking. Rhaenyra's pissed. Rhaenyra's pissed. She's about to just behead the
Yeah,
little shit because
yeah,
he
yeah.
won't tell her anything. And man, this scene, if looks could kill, just like
Yeah. They
you
both
don't
were. It was all telling to
you don't
everybody.
know this boy. Who is
Like,
this boy?
who is this little boy? She's like, that's not my baby. Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
So what's Orman playing at, right? And it's just a kind of another chess move that I don't think Rhaenyra was ready for. She thought, oh, Daemon went, got the boy, fine. We'll give him an out. By the way, his out, she's sending him to Winterfell up north to be a Kingsguard for the Wall. That's
The Night's Watch,
the
Night's
Night's
Watch.
Watch, right,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
that's crazy. That's
yeah.
crazy, like, for what? For nothing. For doing
Well, all right.
nothing.
So that made me think though. All right. So remember, I think it might have been the first episode of the season. Like Orman opens up something like a Raven note, whatever. Now I don't know who corresponded with him, and I actually don't know what that necessarily was about
That
because we
was
haven't really seen. Was that just him getting in line, like to take
no,
over Tumblr?
that note was when we saw the real Darren standing
Yeah.
behind him, and that note was from Alicent because Orman was 2 minutes away from breaching King's Landing with his army and his dragon and joining Aemond and Aegon in just within King's Landing.
Mm.
Alicent sent him a note that said, "No, don't do that. Just stay where you either go home or stay where you are. It's not safe." And so that was her trying to get him to turn around. And obviously he didn't because he knows better and has his own plan. And so that's what that was.
Oh, so we see we see the real Darren in
Yeah.
this season already. We already saw him in
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah. Yeah. He's basically like he's basically
His
Orman's
red hair. Ne-
little errand boy.
Yeah,
He's a squire.
yeah.
And so yeah. but he's also a dragon rider. That blue dragon is Darren's.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, his plan is to go to Tumbleton. And so we get the fake out. The little boy, he tells us, he's like, look, Ormond bleached my hair. He said he'd kill my mom and told me not to say anything. And basically, I think, I'm almost certain, Los, in this moment, Rhaenyra was about half mad that was the case, but 1,000% more mad that she could have just bleached her son's hair, like, looking at his roots, like, how'd you get his roots that white? She didn't know there was a bleach kit. So the first bleach kit of the Seven Kingdoms was discovered because even the Targaryens didn't know that you could fake white Targaryen hair. Like,
Damn.
who figured that out? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who
you're
said,
right.
"Hey, Ormond, if you mix these two things together and paste it in the boy's hair and let it sit for a few hours, it'll bleach it and he'll look just like a Targaryen."
Yep.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
So yeah, just leading up to, we didn't get any Aemon, we didn't get any Aegon,
Nope.
we didn't get any Christian Cole, which seems like we're getting all of those things next episode, of course, I
Yep.
would imagine.
Yep.
And
Yeah, no Larys strong.
Yep,
Like, yep.
yep. And so, what do we think?
You know what? The last, well, not last thing, but like
Yeah.
the cold shoulder.
Oh,
When Rhaenyra gave Baela that cold shoulder, man.
yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. And Daemon walked past her too, I think, at one point and didn't say anything to her. So I don't know what that's all about. They're sending Baela out as a scout, and like she helped in the
Yeah.
gullet. Like but why is Baela like not on your court? Like, why
Exactly.
is you've got people around you that you can trust and appoint to do things, but like you're not doing it kind of situation? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, the cold shoulder for Baela. One other small point, I think that will trigger some future events. Hugh Hammer asked for a house for him and his wife
Yes,
to
yes, he
live
did.
in, and I'm not sure if that promise will ever be fulfilled. So we'll see what happens there. But other than that, man, what do you think? I mean, so Battle of Tumbleton's obviously coming. I don't think we'll see that next episode. What's next episode? 4, then we have 5, then we have 6, 7, and 8. We have 8 total, right? So,
Yep.
so maybe a couple more episodes leading up to that battle.
Yep.
But yeah, other than that, I think from the beginning, via this conversation and just some things into perspective, it was a very good episode.
Yeah, I
Of
loved
the
it.
season.
I'm not gonna get into the ratings. I really loved it. It's not a bad episode. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess when the numbers are high anyway, like you're not talking about bad episodes, but yeah, man, it was really good. Really, really well done. Love the psychology, but it was just like, all right, I get it though. I get what y'all trying to do, but because we don't see that with any other character, like them getting, we seen Aegon when he first took the throne. We seen him do the, requests from the people and stuff like that, and obviously it was like haphazard, but it wasn't this like him feeling bad about things.
Right.
He just was, and so yeah, this idea that like women, like they think too much, you know what I mean, or they, you know what I mean, they put their heart too much into it as opposed to just being like cold and pragmatic. And it's like, all right, this is what it is. This is what it's got to be. Well, yeah, like remember she suggested, oh, how about the in the Kingswood, and then Corlys is like, oh, whoa, no, that's for the rich people, that's for us, like that is not for them, like, cause they're gonna overrun
Right.
our woods. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna kill all our stags and boars, and like, no, like, don't do that.
Yeah, and I mean that's just it's a I think that'll just kind of be a recurring pattern for the next
She's just unsure of herself.
Yeah.
She's just unsure of everything. Like,
when we've spent the last 2 whole seasons trying to have her convince us that she is.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying to the Septon and other people, like, it's my right, and I've been raised. All right, well, you're not acting like it.
Right.
Like you're not acting like you're ready for this.
Yeah, I think
And so she gonna have to step it up. I think she the final realization where she got played by Ormond. I think now she's realizing like, all right, I do got to get a little bit dirty.
It's a Game of Thrones, is what she needs to realize. Yeah. So okay, I mean, so yeah, next episode. Oh, and I think also too a little nugget, a one-liner. She sent Daemon to the Vale to get a shipment of swords that the lady never sent. So pretty sure that's going to be his trigger to finding Sheep Stealer and realizing that it's his daughter nearby on the back. So that should be a fun and interesting.
Yeah, that should be good.
Reuniting of that. I don't know. Are we going to have time this season? Like, are you going to try to convince us that they trained or tamed Sheep Stealer? Or are we going to be able to utilize him? Because we've seen the wreckage, so not sure if we'll have time for that in this season. But yeah, interesting storylines to come. Okay. Anything else? Any predictions? Anything that you saw? Did you watch the behind the episode or next week's trailer?
A little bit. Yeah, I watched next week's. Yeah, I see Ormond. Yeah, like he's I guess coming into his own and becoming the new like villain, I guess, or the antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much. I felt like that's what it was about, like his rise.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Christian Cole interact with Alicent Rivers when looking for Aemond.
Yes.
She seems like she's gonna run him around, which will be fun to see. Also one other line, and I don't know if just maybe the language was misinterpreted, but the Maester said that no one knows where Aemond is and they haven't seen Vhagar in days. So I'm sorry, the biggest dragon on the planet, and he he's hiding behind a tree? Where's he at? No one's seen him? Did he crawl into a hole? That's very interesting that no one's seen Vhagar. Not sure.
Yeah, that is wild.
If like he knows Aemon's injured through, I don't know what a dragon senses that they have with each other, but it's interesting that he kind of just apparently took off. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, well, until next time, Los, we'll do this again next week. Sorry we're late this week, guys, but no problem. We'll be back next Monday. As I said in the beginning of this episode, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, click all the links down in the description below. My name's Levi, that's Los. This is House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 3 for you. We've got Episode 4 coming next week. Until next time, peace out, everybody.
Peace.